Hey everyone, this is Cardal and welcome to a update video for the Auditory Disruption application. I basically got a lot of questions about why I'm making this application from friends and family, and I thought I'd just do a quick video here to explain that. So back in the early 2000s, I want to say like 2004, 2006 kind of era, there was an application called Audio Galaxy. And Audio Galaxy was the best way for me to listen to my music because there is no way, and still, even today, there is no device other than a computer that I could load my entire library on. Normally, what you have to do is you pull up your iTunes for your iPhone or whatever you use for your phone, and you create a playlist, and then when you load that playlist onto the phone, it actually puts the songs on the phone. And the problem is that when you have more than, say, 10,000 tracks or maybe less, your phone cannot store anymore. And if you have more than that, there is no way that you can have a playlist for it. So what I wanted to do was create a way to have random dynamic playlists that I can access from anywhere in the world as long as I have this little handy dandy server running. So let's just go over exactly what's going on here. So this, I've added in the folders and for all my music or part of the music right now that I want to be testing with. And I have scanned for all the new tracks, and it has created a list of all the file locations and the details like artist title and album. And then it saved that. And then I also have a Spotify system linked up here, so I can query Spotify for the Spotify ID for that song. And what that does, it's going to enable, you see this nimble on the side? I've been creating this thing called a nimble list. And the nimble list is what allows you to take all of those Spotify ID tracks that you have, and you'll be able to request the features of that track. So things like the tempo, danceability, energy, all kinds of weird ways they describe a song and what it's like. You can specify a percentage variance, upper, positive or negative, higher or lower, whatever it might be. And when you click this nimble and you request a nimble list, you give it the Spotify ID. The server pulls all those descriptors, and then it scans your entire library and returns all of the Spotify ID tracks that have all that features within that variance. So the nice thing is that when you save that playlist, let's say you like Metallica Enter Sandman. So we'll go ahead and we'll look up Enter Sandman here, and I would click this nimble list. It's not in the app yet, the server does do it, but the application I have not added it in yet. It will create a playlist based on this Spotify ID that it has retrieved for this song, and it will save the ID of the song that you generated the playlist with. So that when you load that playlist, rather than loading all of the songs and saving that, if you happen to update, add new songs, etc. to your library and gathered the Spotify ID for those tracks, when you load that playlist next, it's going to pull all of the new tracks and you won't have to manually add any new songs. It just adds them automatically. You don't have to worry about it. So that's a really nice way to be, managing your playlists and your songs and all that kind of stuff, and you can update your tracks. And if you find tracks that are not in the list and you need to fix the tags or whatever so that Spotify will identify it, you can go ahead and do that yourself, and it will just automatically update. So this is all streamed over the net, so you don't have to have them loaded on your phone. It just has a little media player. So if I play this song, you'll see I have a media player up here. I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons. But it has a little media player up here that's going to play it, and if the track happens to have album art, it will display the album artwork as well in the player. So that's how the application works. It has a filter. The shuffle button, what I'm going to end up doing is, if you do a filter for a certain artist, let's say you do all the Metallica, anything that has Metallica in it, and you click shuffle, it's going to basically loop through all of the songs that have Metallica in it and just randomly play from that. So that's what that shuffle is going to do. So if you load your entire playlist, it'll just randomly play songs from your entire library. Then you have your nimble list for generating nimbles. This notification section will be a list of all of your nimble lists that you've saved. And yeah, if you want to access this from outside your network, right now I have it set up local only on my local network. This is my IP of my current computer on the internal network, and the port the server's running on. I would have to set up a port forward to my machine from outside the network, and I would just change, like if I had a dynamic DNS service, I would just type that address in here, and then I could be in Australia, open my app, and it would talk to my computer in Canada, and it would stream the music directly over the internet. So that's how this works now. I have been testing it in the yard. Works really slick. Really happy with it so far. We're going to add some more of the features like the nimble list, and as soon as that's done, I'll make another updated video to show you how all that works. So if you would like to learn more about this or see the development cycle, there's a couple ways you can check it out. When I do programming things, I usually do a Twitter notification saying what I'm updating and what I'm working on. And so you can just check me out, twitter.com/Cardal, and follow me for alerts when I do some programming streams. My YouTube is youtube.com/Cardal, and there's a playlist specifically for auditory disruption things. So when I upload videos regarding it, I put it in that playlist, so you can check out the development history over the last few years, as well as the twitch.tv/Cardal is there. I do gaming and programming, so it's kind of hit or miss what you're going to actually catch there. Best to check Twitter for programming related notifications before you go and check it, unless you just want to watch me play World of Warcraft or whatever I might be playing. So anyways, check it out, and thanks for watching everyone, and we will see you in a future update.